Today on Rappler. Solicitor General Menardo Guevara opts out of defending the Marcos administration in the Supreme Court petition filed by former President Rodrigo Duterte. Presidential sister and Senator Imee Marcos calls for a probe into the arrest and turnover of Duterte to the ICC. Malacañang says it will serve the warrant if the ICC issues one for Bato de la Rosa. A rights group files a lawsuit blocking President Donald Trump's deportation of pro-Palestinian protesters. And Kris Aquino says she and the doctor she was dating have broken up. Solicitor General Menardo Guevara opts out of defending the Marcos administration in the petition filed by former President Rodrigo Duterte with the Supreme Court, questioning the legality of his arrest and transfer to the International Criminal Court. Guevara's position as the Solicitor General makes him the de facto lawyer for cases filed against the government. In a message, Guevara confirms to Rappler that he filed a manifestation to recuse. The manifestation says the Office of the Solicitor General cannot defend the administration because it has always taken the position that the ICC had lost jurisdiction. This concerns the first petition filed by Duterte, a last-minute relief that sought to stop the government from sending him to The Hague. The Supreme Court has already denied any immediate relief, but the case continues in its entirety and merits. It is not clear whether the Justice Department will step in place of Guevara. Presidential sister and Senator Imee Marcos calls for a probe into the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte. This after Marcos skipped out on the administration coalition's campaign sortie in Leyte in protest over Duterte's arrest. Marcos says it is, quote, imperative to establish whether due process was followed and to ensure that his legal rights were protected amid international scrutiny. The International Criminal Police Organization, or Interpol, arrested Duterte on March 11 with the cooperation of the Philippine government. His arrest was a result of years of hard work by the families of Duterte's drug war victims who painstakingly documented and retold their stories. On Monday, March 17, Malacañang said it would cooperate with the Senate probe. When asked if the Philippines would follow the same process if another warrant was issued for Bato de la Rosa, Palace Communication Undersecretary Claire Castro says in a press briefing that warrants can't be selective. De la Rosa is the next likely subject of an arrest warrant from the ICC.
So kung mangyayari po to sa iba pang mga suspect na may warrant of arrest, basta valid po yung warrant of arrest at ito po ay na-course through the Interpol, gagawin pa rin po natin kung ano po yung dapat gawin ng gobyerno.
De la Rosa calls the palace's reasoning bullshit and pointed out that Interpol cooperation is ultimately up to the current government. Senator Bato de la Rosa has recently shifted from confidently saying he was ready to join Rodrigo Duterte at the International Criminal Court to hoping Senate President Chis Escudero would protect him if an arrest warrant is issued. De la Rosa was the former police chief and the architect of the war on drugs campaign during the presidency of Duterte. Meantime, Duterte's former spokesperson, Harry Roque, says he will apply for asylum in the Netherlands, where the former president is detained. He also claims that while his asylum application is still pending, he cannot be deported nor prosecuted for illegal entry. An American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee files a lawsuit claiming the Trump administration's deportation of international students and scholars who support Palestinian rights are unconstitutional. The lawsuit, filed on March 15 in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of New York, seeks a temporary restraining order to block 2 executive orders signed by President Donald Trump early in his term. This after the arrest of a Columbia University student, Mahmoud Khalil, a 30-year-old permanent U.S. resident of Palestinian descent, whose arrest sparked protests this month. Justice Department lawyers say the U.S. government wants Khalil removed because Secretary of State Marco Rubio believes his activities or presence could harm U.S. foreign policy. On Friday, Rubio adds that the U.S. may revoke visas for more students soon. Trump vows to deport activists who participated in protests at U.S. college campuses against Israel's war in Gaza. Kris Aquino on Sunday, March 16, shares on Instagram the painful truth that the doctor she was dating ended their relationship. Aquino says the doctor could no longer handle taking care of her and wanted the freedom to travel. The queen of all media also says she realized he did not love her. The doctor allegedly told Aquino that he left her because she was hard to love and that everything around him felt tight. The actress also reveals he would speak ill of her best friends and the doctors who have been helping her with her condition. In June 2024, Aquino introduced her new partner in an interview with Ogie Diaz. She did not reveal his identity, but mentioned that being a doctor, he understood what she was going through medically. In the same post, she gives an update on her health with photos of her younger son Bimby carrying her, saying her weight had dropped to 36 kilograms and she could no longer walk. And that's today's wrap. I'm Kara Oliver. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.